I'm Diane Galling, the social media specialist at the California Arts Council. The National Assembly of State Arts Agencies recently asked us to explain our social media strategy to a gathering of information officers from across the nation. What follows is the video that I put together for the conference. So how do you build an online empire? Or, failing that, how do you attract followers and fans on Twitter and Facebook? Let me tell you what we did. The California Arts Council opened its Facebook in 2009. For a state agency, or at least a California state agency, that was early. Most governmental entities were leery of social media in those days, and hardly anybody had policies and procedures in place to guide us. Of course, you can't do anything in state government without policies and procedures. So our communications officer, Mary Beth Barber, and I scoured the internet, hunting for examples. She found a set of social media rules over at the U.S. Army, of all places, and formulated ground rules for our Facebook page based on that. And I found a set of social media policies being used in Massachusetts. Thank you, Massachusetts. And we used them to write our social media policy. This gave us enough of a foundation to enable us to move forward using common sense and our own instincts. Fast forward to 2011. Our new director, Craig Watson, came on board and almost immediately re-emphasized our Facebook outreach. Our page had grown organically for nearly 2 years at that point, and we had somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 fans. This was approximately the same number of fans as the Arizona Commission on the Arts had. Craig encountered Bob Booker at a conference in September, and I'm not sure what happened. Maybe Bob razzed Craig about their Facebook page doing as well as ours, despite the difference in our state's relative population. At any rate, a good old-fashioned Western showdown kicked off, with Craig and Bob staking their agency's reputations, sort of, on a 10K race. No, not that kind of 10K race. A race to 10,000 Facebook likes. Now, I know I don't have to tell you this, but Facebook is serious business. It's a fantastic tool to build awareness of your agency and the services you provide. It's a great way to reach the people you serve, fulfill your mission statement, respond to citizen concerns, and keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening with the arts organizations and communities who need you. So our focus on expanding our Facebook reach wasn't really about bragging rights or sticking a feather in our agency's cap. It was important to our mission. That doesn't mean we couldn't have fun doing it. Soon the D.C. Commission on the Arts and Humanities asked to join the race, and the NEA offered an actual prize to the winner, a week-long takeover of the NEA Facebook page. With a prize to be won, the race was on. Here in California, we held a virtual marshmallow roast. We posted YouTube smackdowns and rude posters. Although, hey, it was DC who started it. And on November 10th, 2011, much sooner than anyone anticipated, we hit 10,000 Facebook likes and won the race. So the California Arts Council got to occupy the NEA's Facebook page for a week. But there were no losers in this race. The Arizona Commission on the Arts and the DC Commission on the Arts and Humanities also increased their outreach. All three arts agencies saw jumps in their page participation. Based strictly on population, Arizona and DC did even better than we did. The California Arts Council Facebook presence has continued to grow, and we now have over 20,000 fans. As far as we know, we were not only the first arts agency in the country to reach 10,000 fans, we're the only arts agency to reach 20,000 so far. And yes, that includes the NEA and AFTA. So, what are we doing right? When we began, we established a unique voice for our social media presence. The California Arts Council has a personality. It's helpful, courteous, enthusiastic, and frankly a bit cheeky. We try to find interesting stuff to post, articles, photos, quotes, and other tidbits, and we post no more than 3 times a day. Okay, sometimes we've gone to 4 on a big news day, but we do try not to clutter our fans' news feeds, and we definitely try not to go on and on. If you have trouble composing pithy status updates and link descriptions, link your Facebook page to your Twitter account. That will cure you. Twitter will teach you to pare your message to its essence and get it said in 140 characters or less. Your job is not to write a description of what people will find when they click the link. It's just to get them to click the link. Now here's a quick example from Arts Education Week. The link goes to a complex story that could have been introduced in a number of ways. I chose one and went for it. And if you read it, you'll see, again, I just tried to get people to click the link. You just sort of say something about it that is sort of a teaser. You don't describe what they're going to find when they click the link. And then underneath it is a comment that is kind of cheeky. Now, we're not suggesting that you adopt a cheeky persona if that does not fit your agency's image or the natural voice of whoever is doing your Facebook posts. We're just saying, have a personality. Give your agency a personality. You're all writers, right? You know about voice. So, here is how you build your Facebook base. Number 1, unique, consistent voice. Decide what your agency's personality is and portray it. Number 2, consistent presence. You have to drop by every day, even if you're just there to prune the weeds. Weeds will sprout on your Facebook page, and you need to delete the spam and politely discourage any crazy people who drop by and post rants. Number 3, post cool stuff. If you're not sure whether your stuff is cool, Facebook will tell you. Check your page insights, especially the virality quotient. You'll soon get a feel for what's connecting and what's falling flat. You'll find cool stuff by following cool people, museums, orchestras, and agencies on Twitter, and by setting Google alerts to email you the articles and blog posts your constituents will find most interesting. Next, make your page fun. There are lots of ways to do this. Government agencies have a very limited ability to be genuinely cool. You won't be able to get edgy or controversial, but if you can be funny or useful, or just be a reliable source of fascinating and or inspiring stuff, people will follow you. Don't overpost. By overpost, I mean posting too frequently, talking about yourself all the time, and using government speak. Eschew government speak. Unless, of course, that's a part of your unique and cleverly constructed voice. Examples of government speak: don't say utilize when any normal person would say use. Try not to call money funding or resources. Don't use partner or outreach as verbs. Attempt to sound human on your Facebook page, because embracing your humanity is what Facebook is all about, even for state agencies. Bottom line, if Facebook isn't fun, you're doing it wrong.